Hey team, welcome back to Dukes on Twitch. Back today with Green Black Depths. This is a list I've been kind of tweaking and playing around with, which has been pretty nice. We've had a 3-2 and 2-4-1s. And the most recent change is trying out some cards that Ali on MTGO was talking about. Crucible of Worlds over Loam, because there have been a few times where I haven't wanted to spend my whole turn loaming. And I also, in the really grindy games, didn't want to get to a position where I was going to deck myself. So Crucible is nice, as I can just get back like a Ghost Quarter each turn against decks where I'm trying to Ghost Quarter them out. Maybe get back one of the pieces or a Saga. So I think Crucible is kind of nice. And then Sphere of Resistance is here as sort of combo hate, which I really like. It's what Anzi has been playing around with. Sorry, Ali. So here I was playing 2 Torpor Orb and 2 Sphere of Dampening Sphere, which I thought was better against decks like Cloud Post as well. There's a little bit more flexibility to it, but I think Sphere is just what I want against combos, so I'm going to play that. And the other change was playing trophies in the main deck over the 2 extra hand disruption pieces in Inquisition. Yeah, hopefully that works out well. There's been a few games where, you know, my opponent had like a main deck Ensnaring Bridge. And I do like that Assassin's Trophy hits Murktide Regent, and other big things like Khan the Great Creator, etc. So that's pretty cool. Dizzy, I just put in chat a list that Ozymandias, Matthew Vuk 5-0'd with, which was playing the Wither Bloom Apprentice combo in a Dark Depth Shell, which is pretty sweet. I believe it's from April of this year, so definitely check that out because that's pretty sweet. Not much more to talk about. Really just want to try to get in. Would love to trophy with the deck. And just, yeah, get some matches going. Nice. But yeah, hope you're all doing well. It's been a really fun deck to play with. Saga's been pretty amazing as a kind of a backup plan. Constructs get pretty big. I have been wanting to find room for a Lotus Petal in the deck, because there's a few times now where I've been really wanting to just have that extra mana without having to have a land in hand by getting Mox Diamond to do something that's pretty game defining. But I sadly just haven't found the time to really look into finding that spot for the Lotus Petal. It's really hard to try to fit it in. Alright. Up against Van Gogh. Interesting hand. It doesn't do a whole lot without another land. At least then Reclaimer can start going online. And something like a Dark Depths isn't the greatest draw. I guess we have the Crop to turn it into something like an Urborg. But I think this is a hand where we just get stifled if we don't draw a land, and you know the risk of that is pretty high. So I'm pretty happy to mulligan here and hopefully get to a hand where we just have, you know, multiple land drops. Like this. This is pretty good. It is a double Mox hand. We probably don't need the double Mox, so I'm going to keep this. And it's actually pretty interesting. I could keep double Mox, or we could drop the Step, which is better at instant speed with Crop Rotation and Elvish Reclaimer in the deck. But I think just because of the card disadvantage here and not having a Loam or a Library to get that back, I'm going to bottom a Mox here. Street Wraith, okay. Tega. Looting. Alright. Hey, HD Bud, welcome. 2 Root Wallers here is pretty good. Okay, now we have a pretty sweet start because we can Reclaimer and Thoughtseize. I'm going to Thoughtseize first off the Bayou to see what we see, because there's a world where I might want to hold up Crop Rotation. Just thinking if there's a world where I actually want to Mox first, in case I want to play the Saga. There potentially is, because then next turn I can make a do, but then I can't play the Reclaimer if I want to play Saga this turn on 1, Saga next turn on 2, we play a land drop and then just hold up Saga to make a construct. I don't know if that's good enough. I think I'd rather, yeah, Mox here, pitch the step, and then start with Thoughtseize. Okay. Well, double inquiry looting. So looting, of course, is draw 2, discard 2. Inquiry is draw 3, discard 3. Looting also has flashback. I think I'd rather take the looting here and just kind of keep them in the blind a little bit, not allow them to set up with a looting and then inquiry, or vice versa. There's also a world where we draw into land and then make the Reclaimers 3/4s, which is kind of nice. So I don't mind taking the looting here, playing Bayou and then playing Reclaimer. So play the Bloodstained. Interesting, they're going to attack first. No great blocks here, so I'm just going to allow this to go through. See if they want to pump. Oh, double Hexmage is pretty nice. If we can hit like a Dark Depths, that'd be pretty sweet, of course. Hey, thanks Lee. Done. Bang. Can we draw Dark Depths? That would be pretty sweet. Thoughtseize. Not as great, but I really like Hexmage here as just a really good blocker. Reclaimer here is also now a 3/4, which is pretty nice. And then next turn we can trade the Bayou away for Dark Depths and have it online with Hexmage. I think they actually got rid of the extra Inquiry. So we just know about Taiga, I believe, in hand. But Root Waller can only become an X1, so Hexmage is just a fantastic blocker. And then Root Waller can only become a 3/3, so Reclaimer there is just pretty insane. You just bought 2 Badlands last night? Very cool. See if they try to just bash in here. We can block the Ravager with Reclaimer, which is really nice. And then the Hexmage on the Root Waller. This has to attack, I believe. Yeah. Which is pretty tough for them. They now have to decide if they just want to throw everything. Yeah. So at least here we get to go first strike and 3/4 on 3/3. Planning to try Reanimator? Very nice. That's cool. Reanimator's a sweet deck, especially to have as a deck to loan. I think it's a really good deck to like find out sequencing with. Hey Achilles, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Verdant. Verdant does mean I could potentially Thoughtseize here if I really wanted to, but I think we're just going to hold up Dark Depths. Hopefully here, just a turn faster than my opponent. Just trying to think if there's a world where actually Thoughtseizing, putting us down to 11 is going to be lethal in a way, or if the extra 2 life is relevant. Let's have a look at their graveyards. They have an Anger, so all creatures have haste. They have 1/2 Ravagers already in the bin. They can flashback Looting, which is pretty relevant. You would risk it with... Yeah, wouldn't risk it? Yeah, I don't think it's... I mean, missing as well would be pretty huge. Yeah, thankfully they can't do anything about the 2020. So I think just making sure my life is as high as possible is probably the best thing I can do. Flashback Looting. Two lands. Root Wall. LED, 1 card left. These can only be pumped once each turn. Oh, they hit a Ravager. Okay. A little bit of a yikes. So we can block here and here, and we'll take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think we're okay. I don't think we have to, like, you know, go for Bog this turn instead of Dark Depths to take out the Anger to stop these from having haste. So this happens. And then we want to go to blocks first before making the 2020, because then we get 2 blockers instead of just the 1, because of the Reclaimer will be tapped and the Hex Mage will be destroyed. So they currently have access to 4 mana, so they can either pump these two to 3/3s, so 6, 9, 10, 17, but we can block 4, 7, so we take 10, I believe. So yeah, thankfully the Thoughtseize did work out pretty well. So we can definitely block here, kind of a free one. And then I might as well block... I don't think it matters. Like, I can just chump block the hollow one here to save the extra life. But I think if I did the math, I could just block the Ravager and keep the Elvish Reclaimer. Because we take 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and still live on 2. But block like this. And then we can go to first strike damage. Oh, nice. And now we can use Reclaimer for Dark Depths. Nice. Yeah, because I think even Putrid Imp would have Threshold and therefore can't block. So I don't know if they had an out there, which is pretty nice for us. This can be an interesting one. I really like the Plagues for Lizard. Surgical's pretty nice. Leyline's pretty nice. That is really it. They are a pretty quick deck, so I'm going to take out a Library and a Loam. I could see the Moxes going, but I really just want to be faster than them. So I could potentially see the Thought Seizers coming out as well, especially on the draw. They can just empty their hand so quickly, and sometimes Thought Seizing them and putting things into their yard isn't where I want to be. Needle could also most likely go, because it just hits really just the lizards. Just gonna have another quick look. Sphere is definitely interesting, but probably not where I want to be. Because they kind of act like a Storm deck on their really broken turns. I think it's just a case of how can we be faster than them. Shadow Spear is really nice, especially for combat damage. Retrofit of Foundry is fine against their X ones and kind of getting some chumps in front of their hollow ones and Vengevines. Maybe it's a case of like 2 Inquisition being better than anything else. And the Life from Thoughtseize can definitely add up, so I think that's kind of a spot where there's not really a better thing to do. Does Dampening Sphere work against Madness? I believe Madness is an alternate cost, so I believe it does. I could bring in Force of Vigor if I really wanted to deal with the hollow ones, but I'm not too scared of the hollow ones, which is nice. Yeah, I think I'll definitely, if there is a third game, I'll definitely try Sphere on the play. This is an interesting hand. We kind of have the combo. We do have a Plague as well, so like turn 1 Inquisition, turn 2 we could crop into Hexmage. I'm pretty happy to keep this. And yes, chat, LED is a mana ability, so Pithy Needle and Lion Diamond, although you can name it, doesn't do what you want. Opponent's mulligan to 5. Oof. Okay. That's tough. That's better? I will cast a Mox and pitch a stage, and then I probably just want to play a stage. Although, second Black Source is pretty good here. I actually like playing the Hexmage out. It also gives us, yeah, access to double black. And double Hexmage blocks everything of theirs, which is pretty cool. Okay. It's gonna be a tough one for my opponent. Just playing that to have the land drop next turn. Okay, well, that's pretty nice as well. I'm not going to play anything here. Yeah. Like, maybe if I thought they might have Caracas or something, or a deck that did play Caracas, then I might play the Needle, but there's no real need for it right now. Yeah. Nice. And unfortunately, I think Madness is just a pretty... Depths is a pretty tough matchup for Madness. They just don't really have the interaction they need. And, you know, sometimes an Inquiry just doesn't go their way. And also, I feel it's faster than them, which is nice. Even on the slower version of Depths, it's pretty cool to be faster than a deck like Madness, which can have some pretty explosive starts. And then the creatures as well just line up really well. I mean, a 2/1 first strike is exactly what you want. Plague Engineer is fantastic at keeping all their lizards in check, and then also trading with like a hollow one. Bujigabog off like Crop or Elvish Reclaimer can sometimes just be a huge difference when they have things like Anger and Vengevine and Faithless Looting. Outdrawn and outmannered, I will say. But yeah, decks that I don't want to come across. Doomsday's pretty tough. Have to be a little bit lucky there. And also BANT midrange. BANT just has so many good like ways to deal with the combo, but also just outvalue us. I'm just not playing Dried Arbor because I'm not playing Green Sun Zenith, but... Newton! Okay. This is a pretty sweet hand, because we go turn 1, Forest into Crop for Urborg into Dark Depths. Haha, too kind. Hey Black, thanks for the follow. Hope you're well. So end step Crop for Urborg, untap Dark Depths Hex Mage. I know Newton's been on some pretty spicy lists recently. But I'd probably rather play around... I didn't want to needle there because then it shuts off the combo for a full turn. So at least here we can use the mana here to crop for... I guess we could have cropped early on and then Urborged. Yeah, that's very true. That is a waste. Yeah, that is a big waste. I guess we just go for it here and then needle on Caracas, just in case. Just don't name Hexmage. I'm sure it's definitely happened before. Okay. I was going to say it's going to be a big Glimpse win or like Glimpse go wide, but luckily just wasn't there. But that's exactly what we need against Elves. I think Elves is a pretty nice matchup. Again, just a combo deck that I think Depths is just faster than, and it doesn't have the greatest time against. But I definitely want the Plagues. I might want the Inquisitions, especially if they're playing Trophy. Bog can come out. Caracas can most likely come out. Could potentially go down on Moxes, but again, I just want to be quicker as well. But yeah, DN Solver, that's a really good one. I think I just really didn't think through the whole sequence of if I use Crop Rotation turn 1, I also get like a free mana out of it. Shadow Spear is probably not where I want to be. It is interesting, but Loam can most likely come out as well. Might just be like Loam and Retro. Especially if they're winning with Trample, most likely through either Progenitus being Protection or Crater Mecha. I guess, yeah, you can also turn to Crop. Yeah, that does make a lot of sense. I like that. Like, I don't think that Sphere is worth it here. Sphere's definitely different. I think we're the beatdown. I think we're just trying to get a 2020 online ASAP. But then Newton's probably also trying to get there pretty quickly. I could potentially go that route of just like taking out like Shadow Spear, 2 libraries and bringing in 3 spheres. Not Hexmage. I'll try it. Maybe it's better on the play, but... I would say it's definitely better on the play, but... Definitely an interesting thought. Maybe there's also a world where I don't want to show it in game 2. But to be fair, library as well is just nice at like digging for cards like Plague Engineer. I'll bring in 1. I'll bring in 1. It is a 1-lander, which is tough with a Mox. I don't technically have to go for Mox turn 1. But if we don't draw a land in the first 2 turns, it's a pretty mediocre hand. At least the Mox means even if we draw Dark Depths, we have a mana. But again, I think throughout all these leagues, I've been a big fan of keep a hand that just allows us to cast our spells. And this doesn't really allow us to cast our spells. Like, it takes 1 draw for us to like stifle ourselves on just 1 land, so I'm gonna mulligan this. This is a bit better. Yeah. Inquisition and Needle if I need it, and then we have Crop and Expedition Map to find the Dark Depths, so I'm gonna keep this. I kind of like getting rid of the map here. It's just a little bit more slow. And I do like Inquisition and then Mox on Needle. Shepherd. Okay. Stage. Okay, that's pretty nice. So Yavimaya into Mox. That's pretty close. So Mox, Pitch, Verdant, Inquisition, them. Needle off stage. And then the following turn we get to play Yavimaya, have 3 mana open. Or 2 mana. Ah, so close. Which nearly allows us to crop into Dark Depths. We can't crop away the Yavimaya or the stage. This could just be a turn where I don't Mox, and rather just go for Verdant into Bayou. The tough thing is yeah, I'm definitely not needling fetch lands, and Yavimaya allows them to tap for mana off the fetch lands anyway, so... Yeah, if we play Yavimaya this turn and then draw Depths, we can combo off, which is nice. That's actually a big consideration. Alright, let's go Mox into Inquisition off the Verdant. Green Sun's Trophy Birchler Rangers. So it really is just the interaction that I want to take here. and then probably just pass. This is a mana ability, I believe. I could just go and name Wywood. But I want to see if they get Wywood or Quirion Ranger first. And also holding up Crop isn't the worst. At least that's a pretty good name for Needle. Saga, okay. In case they play Caracas, I name Reclaiming here because they could untap and then they get to untap again. So the land they get comes in or has a chance to untap. So I could play around Wasteland and just name Allosaurus Shepherd, but then I can't play around Caracas. Unless I name Caracas. But with one card in hand, like they're pretty close to shepherding. You can Legend Rule keep. The only question that I have is, do I want to end step Crop for Dark Depths off the Saga? Or just hold up Crop? There's Cradle. Yeah, I don't think there's a reason to Crop early either. It's really just in case we want to like Thoughtseize and do something else. One, 2, 3 mana. I guess we do get a free Ghost Quarter here on the Cradle, which I might just do now. It also makes it a little bit harder for them to like draw Natural Order off the top. Amen. But I have to sequence it correctly, of course. I think I have to do the Dark Depths first. Yeah, exactly. Nice, Lewin. Green, green. Crop Saga. Dark Depths. Tap this for mana. And then just hope. Nice. Very cool. Depths does Depths things. Pretty tough there. Like having the interaction as well in Inquisition for Assassin's Trophy was really nice. Just a real tough one for Elves, unless they have like a really fast start. Hey Min, are you still putting up your video about like sound quality and like how you set up your stream? Because now that I've moved and I know that the like acoustics in this room are very different and I have a background and stuff, I really would love any sort of input. Because I do have my mic above me, over here, but I kind of want to put it maybe below me upwards, because I feel like then you don't hear the keyboard. Very cool. Very, very cool. Two nuts. Which nuts? These nuts. Coof. Last thing, 4-color Zenith. Rough. This is going to be a real slog. So like a Termon Library would be really nice, of a Mox. It's what the sort of startup I need against a Yorion deck. Or just a 60-card value deck. Not too bad. I mean, we have like turn 1 Needle on Wasteland, turn 2 Needle on something, and then we have just Crop for Urborg go off. Yeah, probably just Bayou into Needle. Or Bayou? Bayou. Hey, BANT HC. Technically, yeah, I guess. Don't have much going on right now, so yeah. We will keep this. Yeah, I've definitely been grinding a bit the last couple of days. There's 4 streams in the last 24 hours, so... Opponent goes to 6. Ooh, Windswept Pass. Sheesh. Saga. Saga's kind of nice. Little alternate win con. It's just going to be Wasteland here. So this is actually the list that they played last with Yorion. With Yorion. So we're looking at a Caracas and 4 Wastelands, so yeah. Endurance, Ice Fang, a lot of value here. Prime Time, very cool. This deck actually was very cool. I think Achilles would also be a big fan of something like this. Long time searching. Okay. so close. I kind of just want to trophy this library. I think that's what I will do. Really don't want them drawing extra cards here. Because to be fair, if they're at 20 or at 2, it doesn't really matter. Ooh, exploration. That's pretty cool. Another Saga. Well, I guess I'm needling Saga here. That's pretty interesting. I could still Thoughtseize here. Australia does only have one time, and it's time for magic. What are my options? This Saga is most likely getting either Foundry or... Pithing Needle if they have it in the main deck. Would love to steal like a Green Sun Zenith. Oh, a Loam. That's pretty rough. I kind of need to needle Saga here, just because theirs are a little bit faster than mine. And I will play Depths here. Because I don't really want them naming Stage. Could also try to Saga myself to go and get Foundry, but I think Depths is fine. I should have actually played the Depths first and then used that to play the Needle and then held up Crop Rotation, just in case we needed to do something like Bog. Like Bog the Loam isn't too bad. Bog the Loam was probably the play, to be fair. Especially seeing we have both pieces of the combo. Or maybe Crop Rotation into... Wow, they play Stifle and Thalia? Yeah, maybe Crop Rotation into Ghost Quarter was better. And take out the Saga. But then they get the next one anyway, so... They get Foundry, okay. Well, now I need my own Shadow Spear to get through the Foundry. Or another Needle. I guess here we just make it and then take out the Loam. We know they have Yavimaya in hand. You would keep up Crop for potential Plow. Definitely a tough one, because they just have the servos now going to make 1/1s, which can block pretty easily. And I do like turning off the Engine of Loam, which if they're playing Field of the Dead could be a bit of an issue. They also get an extra Saga here. So the question is, do I want to lose the Bayou or the Urborg? Probably rather lose the Urborg, because it means their lands can't tap for mana, and they have to play the other one. Yeah. Crop this away for Bajuka Bog. Bog them. And we get Saga down, and then hopefully just go and find Shadow Spear with that before they find an answer. Always tough. Soul Guide's fine. Map for Caracas would have been pretty good as well. Alright, so they have two cards. One is Yavimaya, Cradle of Growth. Fetching, which kind of sucks. Unless they're just trying to go out on retro. Or get a land out before they draw a card with Soul Guide. Prismatic Ending also just a really clean out for Marit Lage here. There's Yav. Okay. Another exploration. One card left unknown. Loam. It's pretty good. Hey Lush, thanks for the follow. Let me know where you're from. If you play Legacy, what you play in Legacy. Reclaim is pretty nice. I probably don't even attack here. Because they can, for one, sack this, get a flyer, and then just use 3 to untap it and then get a 4/4, so it doesn't really do anything. Especially if I'm on the plan to get Shadow Spear. And to be fair, we might as well have 6 here. Save some time. Just don't want that Loam hitting you-know-what. They get a lot of looks as well. Loam hits a lot of cards. But at least from next turn, if we get a turn, we get Sajiri Step opened up. Okay, they hit Wasteland and Snow-Covered Forest. Not too bad. Alright. Play Reclaimer, hold up Reclaimer, hold up. That's about it. We get one turn here. We get one turn. Alright. What does it hit? Oh my gosh. Nice. I think we're in the clear. I don't believe my opponent has any outs. They might not know that we play main deck Shadow Spear. Nice, they have 0 cards in hand. Nice. Very cool. Really nice to just grind out of that. Because this is going to be a tough one. I do like the Crucible. I do like the Forces, seeing both Yavimaya, or seeing both Urza Saga and Exploration. I think we can cut back on the Hand Disruption. There is a world where we want Surgical. I don't mind that. Especially if we can like Surgical out, say Wasteland if we don't have the needles for it. Plague's also interesting, but not really where I want to be, I don't think. I think this is pretty nice. Plague for Thalia. I wonder if they keep in Thalia. I assume not, because we have Caracas. And a few just like bigger creatures like Reclaimer. See how this goes. Just some like slight tweaks to give us more outs to some of their really good cards. Yeah. I think if anyone knows, it's going to be Lewin. Lewinil. Is it Lewinil? Is that how you pronounce it? Lewinil? I believe so. I don't mind this hand. Having the basic is quite nice. It's gonna need a Wasteland. We're also up 5 minutes, which is quite nice. Okay. Not too shabby. I think going for basics here is more than fine. Also just playing a little bit around Stifle. Sure would be a shame if someone needled Saga. I think next turn we just play Stage and just copy a basic straight away, so that if they go and get Needle off Saga, they have to name either the basic that Stage is to stop that stage, or future Thespian stages by naming Thespian Stage. Tabernacle's a little bit annoying. I guess we do have, like, Force of Vigor and Assassin's Trophy. But their mana is horrible here. Yeah, they kind of have to get Foundry, but the Tab's going to keep that in check, which is kind of nice for us. So that's a little bit awkward. I wonder if they play Crop Rotation. Okay. Nothing too great to grab here. Especially in the face of these wastelands. Could be a world where I just jam Shadow Spear and then attack with the Reclaimer. Yeah, maybe just getting lands into the graveyard is better. And I'd probably rather keep the Bayou in case I want to hardcast like a Force of Vigor. So I assume they either go for Saga on Needle. So we do want to respond to this. Probably just get another... I don't mind just getting... I don't want to turn on the mana, so I don't want to get a Yavimaya or a Urborg. I could get a Saga. I don't have Wasteland, I have a Ghost Quarter. I think I'm just going to get a Saga. Because Saga I don't really care about. Especially with the Needle. And if they allow us to have it, then we just have the mana there for Tabernacle to pay for Reclaimer. They also kind of have to Wasteland the Saga before I get my own Needle, so in a way, Saga does answer Wasteland, which is nice. They had an extra Wasteland? Ugh. Uro's pretty good. Yeah. At least now we can bog them, which is pretty nice. Crop. Okay. Pretty happy just to throw a stage away, I think. And probably want to do it here in case they untap and have Stifle. So I think it is just the stage. Although having the crop means we kind of have like the combo if we want to win that way. There's a world where I just throw away the extra Bayou. And then we have the crop anyway for Force of Vigor if we draw it. Yeah. And now we can just 6 again, which is really nice. In these sort of matchups, I think, like, from a mental note, being able to just 6 during a lot of turns is just a really nice way to take in what my opponent's trying to do. Flavor mental note. Nice. Okay, so they find a loam. That's not nothing. Oof, that's huge. This attack also puts them below 20, which is huge. They hit a Seed of Innocence. That would have been very cool. Is the line here just not to pay, and then just play stage and hold up crop into Dark Depths? I think it is. Do they draw or do they dredge? I don't even want to look. I'm not going to look. Oh, Stifle Exploration Uro. They hit nothing. They can cast the Uro to gain some life to go to 19? And then try to draw a card? Yeah, they're going to try to thin here. Oh, and also put the lance into the bin for Urut. Interesting they're tapping this way because they're not holding up like a sword. I guess they have Mox Diamond, so they're all good. I don't want to do anything in response to this. I'd rather wait in case they draw like Prismatic Ending or Caracas, and we can try to do something else instead. They hit a Waterlog Grove. They're going to try to draw a card here. What do you got? Stifle? Oh, wow. Okay, that buys him a turn. Oh, Hex Mage, but I don't have another black source. I guess we just hold up again for another turn. They go to 21. It does buy them 2 turns. No, because the Shadow Spear, thankfully, would be 21. I don't think I block the Uro either. I just wait for end step again. They can loan back the Waterlog and then draw a card. Library. Okay. And then they can actually Dredge Loam if they want. They probably Dredge Loam here. To try to find like Caracas. I said it. I didn't want to say it. Force of Vigor Stifle. Okay. 2 cards left. One is Loam. Oh my gosh. Really? Alright. Well, they're digging. I don't think I make the 2020 here and block. That means I play around Prismatic Ending. And like Teferi bounce. Yeah, definitely. I think like how this game's progressed, the Reclaimer was nice, but we did use the Bog early. Maze? Come on now. Oh, okay, now we tap for green, which is kind of nice. Don't need to pay because it's indestructible, which is nice. Force. Oof. I can attack here. And make them use the maze. And then I think, yeah, forcing library is best. So I guess that means we can at least equip the Shadow Spear. And then upkeep. Can just 6. They have Loam. Three cards in hand. Oh, they draw. Okay. Interesting. Pretty happy just to block. No. I kind of want to just because it's in a 2-turn clock in case they like draw into Caracas. I'm pretty happy to draw this out a bit. I think clock is definitely essential here as well. And gaining the life is huge. I mean, gaining 21 life is no big feat. They're also at 19 cards. Yeah, that's true. So next turn we can Saga for another Needle on Zenith, which is nice. Retrofit is fine. A little bit annoying, but... Meddling Mage. Gonna make this smaller. There we go. Crop rotation. Okay. There is a world where I actually just name Retrofit a Foundry here. They're going to allow it to go in. Wow. And then I am just going to copy the swamp here and then F6. Price of Progress is live. This is interesting because now a Ghost Quarter off the top does it. Oh, they find the ending. Okay. Staging the Tabernacle, that's pretty good as well. Oh, he had the Ghost Quarter as well. I'll copy Tabby in end step so that they can't like waste. I guess they can't really Ghost Quarter anyway. They could like maybe sacrifice it to something, so I will just copy it here. And then just 6. But you can definitely see how this deck can really perform well against depths. I mean, Wasteland in the main deck, incremental life gain and Uro, Loam, Prismatic Ending, a lot of good cards. Oh, opponent may be going for a field win, but then also Tabernacle's pretty tough. Because now they have all these triggers for Tabernacle. Both Tabernacles as well. "12 cards in deck, yeah. Oh. I guess at least the Ghost Quarter, if we didn't do it early on, could have potentially not done anything. If we didn't Ghost Quarter early on, they could Ghost Quarter their own Tabernacle in response to us trying to target it. So at least we, you know, allow one Tabernacle to be there. I guess there's a world where they can like loan back Ghost Quarter their own Tabernacle. Glacial Chasm would be pretty sweet. All these triggers. Classic. Alright. Do we want to change the board? I don't think so. Pretty happy with just running this out. Oh, Leyline. Nice, yes. I'm going to take out Crucible. And maybe the Stepner? Kind of like Choke given the clock. Yeah, it's like a world where like Chokes and Spheres are just where I want to be. And like Hand Disruption. Okay, well that didn't work. This is actually pretty nice. Okay, yeah, pretty tough for them. But this hand I would still probably keep. We have Force and Trophy in case they have like a exploration start with something. We have Dark Depths into Yavimaya into Bog. I guess we could go Yavimaya, Needle, and Wasteland, Bog, and then untap for turn 3 Dark Depths combo. Because we have 3 mana in total, 1 for crop for stage, and then 2 for stage. So that's pretty sweet. Nice. That's fair. It would be pretty tough for them to win in that amount of time. Definitely got me there. But yeah, deck's been pretty nice. Having the trophies main deck has been pretty solid instead of the 2 Inquisitions. It's always nice to change things around and see how it goes. Really want to find room for that Lotus Petal and try that out, but down the line we'll get there. How you going, chat? How's things on your end? Hope everyone's well. Enjoying the festive time. I know Santa's coming to me, which is cool. Pretty stoked about that. Is my Magic cards behind me. And some albums. If anyone likes Tycho, I applaud you. Alright, on the play. And hand isn't too shabby. I mean, like, a slower start, but I don't mind this. Turn on Reclaimer, hold up Reclaimer. Hey, Lobro. Lolbro, thank you very much. Glad to see you back in chat. So, an eye for an eye. The Darkest Depth section. I do have to get back into content. It has been a little while. No. What? Oh, okay. Well, this is actually pretty nice, because now we just get to hold up Bojuka Bog. And then next turn, Hexmage Dark Depths, which is pretty sweet. I contemplated trying to buy the domain darkdepths.com from whoever owns it. Nice. Oh, they're going to lose a pedal here as well? Animate Dead? This actually works out pretty well, because now we also have the second black source for Hexmage next turn. I'm also going to quickly plug one of my favorite games against Reanimator on depth. Here is a 3-minute breakdown of the game, and it is a pretty sweet one. Yeah, maybe they do. I mean, they can take the Hex Mage here, I guess. And then stop the combo, yeah. I could loan back. Loan back isn't too bad. Okay. They're just going to obviously not have a hand fast enough to deal with the 2020, so that's pretty nice. What do we like? We definitely like the ley lines. We definitely like the surgical. I don't mind the Inquisitions as extra hand disruption. Retrofitter out. Shadow Spear out. Pith Needle isn't too bad on Grizzlebrand. Step can most likely come out. Spheres are definitely interesting, maybe on the play, but we'll see what else we want to take out. I mean, like, Loam is too slow, Sylvan Library is too slow. I do like the Moxen against any of the like Chancellor starts, if they're playing Chancellor still. I think like Archon is a big one now. Map's nice because it finds Bog. Maybe like one sphere on the draw. Could see two sphere. Like take out a Saga, add in one more sphere. Map for Bog is likely too slow. That's very correct. Interesting. A little bit too slow. Okay, this is actually a fantastic hand. We get the ley line. But what do we drop? I think it's just the Mox that we drop here. I guess crop for Bog is also a thing, so maybe it is just Trophy. The only thing is if they have some sort of plan against Leyline, like Rotting Regisaur. Trophy or Stage, yeah. Maybe it actually is just Trophy. Swamp. They went down to 5 as well. Unmask. Take the Thoughtseize. Oof. You wouldn't play Mox out? My only thought was Mox drop Stage, play Depths, and then next time we get to play Urborg, which is float 2, use Mox to crop away for Stage and then Dark Depths. And it also means we can hold up crop for Bojuka Bog if we really need to. Because we Mox pitch the Stage, play the Depths, play the Depths, play the Depths. Play the Depths, play the... Yeah. That's very true. If they play another discard spell, then they probably just take the crop, but yeah. I probably like not playing it, but luckily... Oof. Reanimator. Alright. Let's hope this last game is a really nice interactive one. Always nice to be like, you know, worst comes to worst, a 4-1 again isn't too bad. But to grind out and hopefully get this 5-0 would be really nice. Don't get them too often. So every trophy, although a very small achievement, is chef's kiss. Too good. I think the deck's been performing really well. I would say like this. What do we got? Probably this area is where there's some play around. Shadow Spear is just so good. Yeah, but I think it's these where the 5, like everything else is kind of set in my opinion. But these are where you can play around with like I know Ali was talking about playing maybe 2 explorations, 2 loams in the main deck. Instead of like the libraries and maybe like taking out a trophy, which would be pretty sweet. But it's just a fun deck, just like a really sweet deck. All right. The main reason that I've been playing on the play, which is nice, green-black, is just to find, oof, okay, turn 1 Needle on Wasteland, turn 2 Abog Dark Depths. I just wanted to give people a good reason to play green-black, because I think green-black is really strong. I think that hand disruption now is not too bad. Other than the... sometimes Ragavan can be pretty tough. Like some of the top decks from some of these decks can be really strong, but yeah, I do like to discard against some of the combo decks. Oof. Please don't Badlands us. Oh no. Rough. Not this way. Not this way, please. But I mean, that's why you play the deck. I mean, to have like the Unmask, the Ritual into Entomb, and then a way to get back is just... Yeah, I think the deck is pretty consistent to do that. Could just top Hexmage. Hexmage would be pretty sweet here. Mox wouldn't do it. Crop doesn't do it. Another Needle isn't the worst on Grizzle. Chancellor, Archon, Fatal Sitting, Chancellor. That is a good one, Grateful Head. I'm not too sure. They probably need to put multiple creatures into play here. Can you name creature and then it's a protection from... Okay. It's not too bad. Step still kind of alive. This card's stupid. Oh. Okay. Do I have a way to get rid of this? I do have Assassin's Trophy. Okay, we're dead. Yeah, we're dead. I like Surgical. I like the Inquisitions on the play. I like the Ley Lines. I like the Spheres. Ghost Quarter out. Loam out. Library out. Retrofitter. Shadow Spear. Map, probably too slow. I'm going to drop a Saga and a Map. I think that's pretty good. Force is interesting because of cards like Animate Dead, but don't think it's worth. Yeah. Tough. Best case here is winning game 2 without showing Leyline and maybe showing Surgical and then dropping that Leyline in game 3. Okay. Still pretty good. I probably just want to go Mox stage. Hey, Expedition Map. Very cool to see you. I am not. Just because it's getting up to lunchtime, so I'll probably go grab some food. But I will probably play tonight, which is in about... Got tennis at 5. It's currently 12. So probably around 8 or 9 tonight, so in around 8 hours. There is a world as well where I just don't want to double Mox here in case I draw into crop and don't want to crop away the stage. New Place is really good. New Place is awesome. To have like the bedroom and then a little deck and then a pool. Perfect. I will play the stage and I think I'll play 1 Mox. Yeah. Pitching probably Forest because we already have the Mox. No, because if they play something like a Sanctity, then yeah, I think this is fine. I pull out magic cards. It is a friend's house, so it's not my place. Tear is fine. There we go. That's what you want. Thanks, Hyena. It means a lot. I guess that Angel's still a problem, right? If they have like hand disruption in to get that Angel into play. Like, how do we beat the Angel? I guess Assassin's Trophy is really it. Well, they hit no creatures. Interesting. Yeah, okay. Well, it comes down to this, ladies and gentlemen. I wonder if they kept the hand with the wear and the looting, just to think that they had an answer for Leyline and then could looting into a draw spell. I think we're just running this back. I don't think there's anything here that I really want. The only consideration is Force of Vigor, and that's really just for Animate Dead. Like, maybe there's a world where Inquisition on the draw is worse than Force of Vigor, because we can actually cast it. Like, maybe Serenity is the reason to play Inquisition, because if we go, like, Leyline, they go land pass, then we have more options to go for their hand on turn 1. Scary stuff. I'm going to take out the Forces. I'm going to bring in these Inquisitions. I just think they're a little bit better, especially if my opponent is a little bit slower. Would Shadow Spear work against the Angel? Shadow Spear says, permanents your opponent's control lose hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. No, it wouldn't. Just because it doesn't have hexproof or indestructibility, it just does something a little bit different. Alright, let's see how this goes. Okay, well here we have Leyline and Crop, which I'm pretty happy to keep. This could be Serenity. Tear. Oof. Oh, but nothing? Okay, they might have an Entomb. Inquisition. Now we just hold up Crop. Nothing. Okay. I'm not going to do anything here because I want to draw into another green source. Or an Urborg. Nice. Definitely take the Animate Dead, and they have Unmask. Okay. So here I believe it's kind of free to play the Reclaimer unless they draw into exactly Faithless Looting, which means they can draw 2 cards, discard the Grizzlebrand, and then if 2 of those cards are like a Reanimate, then we get swamped. I guess we can also hold up Crop Rotation for Dark Depths the following turn anyway and try to win that way. So I actually think this is we're in a pretty good spot just holding up this Crop. There's Badlands. No Unmask. Okay, so now we get to untap, play stage. Oh, now we just have options. because now we can play stage, and now we have open crop rotation. I think it's best just to play Hexmage here, because Hexmage means we can then hold up crop rotation for either Bojuka Bog or Dark Depths and have a creature in play, or we just hold up this pass, and if they do go for it, then we can't actually do anything with the leftover mana. So we might as well play Hexmage here and hold up crop rotation, because it leads to the same line of being able to win next turn through Dark Depths, but also giving us the ability to use our mana efficiently with crop. So the 2 cards left are Grizzlebrand and 1 card. So I think we just crop for Dark Depths, right? Just kind of have to. Unless they're targeting themselves. I just want to get this right. Ah, targeting themselves. Okay. That's going to be fine. They found Exhume. I think I actually want to also crop away the Urborg, so that next turn I can just cast a Reclaimer. Or just draw Depths. Yes! There we go. Very cool, 5-0. There we go. There we go. Oh, that feels good. Really nice. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, deck was pretty sweet. Where's Decktech? There we go. No, there I am. What in totals that we faced? We faced Jund Madness 2-0, Elves 2-0, BRx Reanimator 2-0, BRx Reanimator 2-1, BANT Field 2-1. I'm just going to call it Black-Red. It does play the white, but either way. Yeah, deck was sweet. I think here is still the kind of flex slots that I'm playing around with. And I think I will try out Ali's version with a few other ones. Yeah, Michael, Witherboom's really cool, because it does give you that access to kind of a different way to win. I know that Vuk was also on like the Witherbloom command run a few months back, which looked pretty sweet, but yeah, just a nice way to like have a combo that isn't part of the Dark Depth shell, which is pretty sweet, and kind of like a plan B as well, which is cool. But yeah, that's me. This deck was sweet. I'm gonna keep playing it. I'm a big fan of the yeah, the gameplay all around was really fun. I'm gonna quickly see who else is streaming to send you guys over there. If you want to find me, you can find me here and here. It looks like 90s is streaming some Paper Legacy, which is nice. So I'm gonna send you guys over there and definitely show you support, because 90s MTG is mint when it comes to good quality Magic. But yeah, until then, enjoy and